Wagwan J Squad, it's your boy Jay, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. And if you are already a subscriber, welcome back. Yeah, man, it's an outside vibe today. Know that I'm here by myself so far, but most of the people I'm gonna roll in. A very important topic we see happening here in Jamaica. We want to talk about it this afternoon. I myself, being a teacher, recently leaving the classroom as well. Yeah, man, something this we need to really talk about. Why are the teachers leaving the classroom? And not just that, but why are the teachers migrating? Also, why are young professionals and professionals, seasoned professionals, leaving the comfort of their 9 to 5s in Jamaica to seek out greener grass or greener pastures? We seek to answer these questions this afternoon, and you're going to be a part of the journey. So it's not just as they would call it, it's not just a discussion. It's not a lecture, but more of a discussion this afternoon, because we want the input of each and every one of us to, join in and share and be a part of what we are doing here. It's not a one sided thing at all. So you're more than welcome to join in, more than welcome to share your opinion, more than welcome to share your views in regards to the topic question. Question again, what are your thoughts in regards to teachers, teachers, teacher migration and brain drain in Jamaica in 2022? Yeah, man. I want to talk about it this afternoon, but we started off as we always started off. Father, in the name of Jesus, we give you the glory, we give you the honor, give you the praise. Anything this afternoon that we're going to discuss, Lord, may it be to your will, to your liking, to your choice, Father God. May the live this afternoon be inspiring, that somebody will actually learn from it and be inspired. All right, thank you, God, in Jesus' name, amen. All right, so we talk about the topic tonight. So, today, teacher migration, big issue in Jamaica right now. And when I did my research on the topic, I realized that it's not just Jamaica, but worldwide. The teachers are walking away from the profession. And it made me kind of just wonder what's going on, because even for me personally, I have my own reserves as to why I left. Because I left just this year as well. You know, I was in the classroom many years ago as well. And I left the classroom in 2015, went back into the classroom in 2020, and back out of the classroom again. Right. So, the question that I'm asking this evening, and I want to hear from professionals, I want to hear from teachers. I just want it to be right across the board. Tell me your perspective, your views as to why the professionals and the teachers are walking away from their 9 to 5s, walking away from their salaries, everything that they are able to acquire here in Jamaica to take up opportunities in different countries. That's our discussion this afternoon. Feel free to drop your comments in the comment section. Also, like up the live as soon as you enter. Yeah, man, you know how the thing got already. You know what to do. So let's just do the right thing and we can have a conversation so the conversation can flow. We've already prayed, so I hit the ground running right now. Thank you for the person who has stopped by. Yeah, man, more than grateful for you being here. Now, according to the Jamaica Observer, and I'm just gonna bring it up to just read this article real quick. And this article was posted on the 5th of August. It states that over 1,200 teachers so far have migrated from Jamaica to take up opportunities elsewhere. The number has increased since the posting of this article, one of 1,200. The number has significantly increased. As a matter of fact, one source tells me that um, outside of what is being reported in the media, there is almost a double in the number that was just mentioned a while ago. So more teachers have walked away from years of service here in Jamaica to take up opportunities elsewhere. I personally know of at least 5 individuals that I can call on hand that have also taken up opportunities to move on to both the United States, Canada, and China to take up opportunities. I know of at least five individuals who are no longer here since last week, since the week before, since August came in and July. They have been leaving in droves to go to other countries to take up opportunities. We want to find out this afternoon from you what you think is the cause of that. I want to, just have that rich discussion. So feel free to drop your comments in the comments section and let's have a discussion. All right. Let me just bring up this information real quick. So, according to the Jamaica Observer, posted on according to Jamaica Observer posted on the 5th of August, it says the Jamaica Teachers Association has warned the country to brace for an exodus of teachers this year. And and at the time, they were saying already 400 teachers have left the island. And as I said, it was upgraded to 1,200 and still it has risen to more than double that number, right? So it says, have left the island to take up lucrative job opportunities. Mark the word lucrative. Lucrative job opportunities in the United States with just 4 weeks to go before the start of the new school year. Now, the article continues a little bit further, but let me just stop right there for just a moment. Now, I was listening to the news just now, the 12 o'clock news that comes on television. And one thing that caught my attention based on what the gentleman was saying on the news was that in one school, particularly, at least four, I think it was 3 or 4 teachers from one department has taken up opportunities to leave. So we see that even in schools, the schools are taking a big hit because just imagine 4 teachers. Let's be theoretical. 4 teachers from one department leaving to take up opportunities in different countries. That's a huge hit to whatever department they're coming from. I presume they were coming from one of the languages departments, whether it be English or I think it was either French or Spanish. I think it was French though. But these teachers have left. And why have they left? They have left to take up jobs in the United States. Now, guys, I don't know about nobody else, but for me personally, that's big. Because if that's happening in one school, it's happening in more than one schools. I was listening to the news. I think it was not it was last week or the week before. Maybe it was last week, where they were saying that some schools will have to drop some subject areas this term because they are not adequate amount of teachers to actually successfully execute the teaching and learning process for these children. Now, I know some people will say, "Oh, for the sake of the children," and "Oh, you should have thought about the children." But let's be logical. Let's be real about this. You know, you're always gonna put the children first, and nothing is wrong with putting the children first because that's what we signed up for. My former principal told me that. Yeah, you sign up for it, so you have to live the life. Put the children first. But who's putting you first? When you can hardly afford sustenance, you can hardly afford survival in this economic state that the country is in. You can't pay your car note properly. You can't buy groceries properly. And I'm not saying that saving is not important and so on and so forth. But once you spend all you can spend, there's nothing for you to even save. And I'm speaking from a teacher's perspective. It's difficult. So, if you can come across a better opportunity, a lot of the times you find teachers grab it. And that is what is taking place now in Jamaica. A lot of persons are looking at their options. They're weighing their options and they're saying, hey, a better opportunity is out there for me to leave Jamaica and go work in a different country right now. So as appealing as it may seem, a lot of teachers are jumping at the opportunity, the carrot that is dingling in front of them. Because if you listen to international news, you realize that other countries, especially America, is at a loss right now for teachers as well. But guess what? If they are leaving, they are making space for persons now from Jamaica for just jump at the opportunity. I was speaking to a close relative of mine yesterday, and the relative is located in the Florida area. And she was saying to me, listen, over 300,000 teachers have walked away from the profession. Over 300,000. So, I could just think about it from a rational perspective, guys. 300,000, enough people that. And Jamaican teachers now in their own little circle there, they might be saying to themselves, if 300,000 people leave, maybe there's a spot for me. So them just sign up for whatever programs they need to sign up for. And a lot of teachers are leaving. Now let's look at other professions. Nurses are also leaving in droves as well. They're leaving. Why? Conditions for employment are not up to par in their eyes, seeking better life, with a better life for their themselves, their family, or just a future, but they're actually leaving in search of better. Now, what can we do to fix this problem? That's the question that we are asking this afternoon. The comment section is open. Feel free, guys, to drop your comments in the comment section. A talk, we are reason, and we want to know how you feel about the whole thing. Right? What's causing them to leave, and how can we fix the issue of them leaving? You know, I want to know how you feel about the whole. That's the reality of our situation this afternoon. How do you feel about the teachers leaving? Other sectors are migrating as well, and what can we do to address this issue? Feel free to drop your comments down in the comment section, and let's have a conversation. You know, as I said, this afternoon is not about a lecture. I don't want to just be talking. I want to reason with everybody. I want to get your perspective. I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear from you this afternoon as well. Yeah, man, let's talk. Let's have a chat. I'm thankful for the persons who are in. We still have persons who are on the live, and we have persons who are stopping by and popping out for whatever reason. But we have people passing through, and that's the most important thing this afternoon. But we don't want you to just pass through. We want you to actively be a part of the communications this afternoon, right? So, and I'm sorry for moving the camera so much, guys. I'm just trying to find an appropriate angle where we don't have to be moving all the time. Give me a sec, please. I want to find a proper angle that works for everybody. Let me go ahead and see how best this can work out now, guys. You know, sometimes we have to try something different, right? That kind of look like it, you know, guys. Kind of look like it. I'm wondering to myself if that is it. That is it right there. Yeah, that kind of look like it. So yeah, we can relax and we can reason now, don't? Yeah. So you know, as I was saying, guys, like it's a serious situation, guys. Very serious situation where teachers are walking out of the classroom, and you know, people are leaving their 9 to 5s now in Jamaica just to try to find a better way out. It's sad, and one thing that really concerns me is the fact that the education system in Jamaica is going to take a big hit. Now, I do understand that it will take a big hit, and I understand why it will take a big hit. But sad to say, we also have to be concerned about the persons who are teaching. You know, me can tell you personally, being in the classroom for the past 2 or so years teaching at the primary school level, it has its perks, but truth be told, the demands, it can really take a toll on you if you're not careful. And for many of us, that is one of the reasons why they are leaving, because of the demands that are placed on their shoulders, and the lack of for choice of a better word, care. Because sometimes it feels like nobody really cares about you. If you live, if you die, if you survive, if you're sick, nobody cares. And that's one of the reasons why there are so many persons who have now become so emotionless regarding leaving, that they're just taking up themselves and just taking opportunities to go to greener pastures. And it's unfortunate, of course, very unfortunate, but it is a necessary evil, because at the end of the day, a lot of these people also have children. And I don't know about nobody else, but from a teacher's perspective, many of the times you are focusing on everybody else's child and your child suffers. People might look and say, "Oh, but Jay, that's just utter hypocrisy." No, it's true. From a teacher's perspective, when you are finished with the classroom, most of the days, when you come home, you don't even want to look on your child homework. You just want to go to your bed. You just want to eat some food and just go to sleep. That's why fitness as well sometimes takes a big hit as well, because to how you're tired, especially if you have to travel long distances to get to your workplace. Believe me, guys, it's rough. And by the time you do reach home, knockout. And it's time for bed. So a lot of factors are at play why so many people are walking away from the profession. They're trying to get into a better system that works better for them. And lucky for America, their salary scale, some people are complaining that live in America, the teachers that have left particularly, that it is low. But when you look to the dollar by dollar value for Jamaicans, it's much more attractive than what we would have dreamt of getting here in Jamaica. Far far more significant. So in a sense, a lot of teachers are looking at the remittance that they can actually send home to take care of their family, to take care of a little home for themselves. Because I don't know, I'm not taking no shots at no teacher or anything like that. It's not a personal statement here that I'm making, but just a realistical one. I cannot say that I have seen a rich teacher retire. Sound away down. But I cannot say comfortably that I have seen a teacher who is rich that is in retirement. I don't have any recollection of that, where a teacher has retired, and actually you can say they live so well. And it's always hard. You'll see. I'm not saying it is impossible. I'm not saying it is impossible. I'm not saying it is impossible, guys, but I'm actually saying that I've never really seen it. You're more quicker. You're more quicker to see a teacher that after retirement they're still, just going through the motions and merely surviving, merely passing the threshold of survival. You know, they're depending on retirement, the retirement money, and all of them things. But in reality, a lot of them are not able to really live, because you've given all of your life to the classroom and all of your resources to the classroom, because you have to use the salary with them give you for buy school resources. One principal of mine told me that that's the reason why they pay us a salary, for us to use it to, pay for our resources. And I, I was taken aback by it. So basically, we are working to We're working to mind the classroom. We're working to mind mine is a Jamaican term. It means to take care of the children. So we are providing financial assistance to the children, classroom resources to the children and to the class, and for ourselves, we buy our own books in most cases, and all of these things. So it's not a case of us being paid for the work that we have done, but actually we are getting paid to take care of the things that are ahead of us in regards to resources. And I deem that rather unfair of a statement to be even made. One principal looked at me when I just purchased my car a few years ago and told me that I didn't. Oh, you see, you never even know where that get yourself into by buying car. And I was looking at that and I was like, what is this woman saying? What is? Why that statement? You know, because I'm looking at it and I'm saying you should be happy for one of your young teachers being able to, you know, do something positive for themselves. Mind you guys, I live miles away from where I worked. And yet still it was somewhat of a grievance for me to actually purchase a motor vehicle for help me for go work. Especially during COVID time, where me having my own vehicle would eliminate me having to travel on public transportation in the height of COVID-19, just to avoid getting sick. And yet still that was an issue. So these are some of the conditions that teachers have to undergo in the classroom in a Jamaican society, where people take personal shots at your life in regards to the things that they say. People get into your personal business and say things that should be left at your home. Mind you, them not live at your home, but they say things that should be left at your home. And I just deem it as just distasteful. And I know I'm not the only teacher who actually experienced these kind of things. Because I'm not really vent me event, but me just are telling you some of the things that my teachers have got through. And a lot of teachers go through worse than what I just said. There are some teachers who go through a lot worse. So before somebody get up and start criticizing teachers, oh, teachers are wicked, and no, they're wicked and they're not thinking about the needs of the children. They're migrating and they're leaving. Please think about the teacher for a second first. Big up yourself, EZW. Thank you for being here, my friend. I really appreciate you. EZW, what are your thoughts in regards to the teacher migration and brain drain that is affecting Jamaica right now? Give me your thoughts, bro, because I know you are a knowledgeable individual who, you keep abreast of what is going on all the time. So, your input would be very valuable this afternoon as well. I'm gonna go ahead also and drop the link so that if individuals decide to come upstairs and share, they can also share with me, because as I say, it's not a lecture. I owe you. Anake, I owe you. I don't forget. The same thing you said the other day. Birthday is something. I'm on a live, by the way, but me not forget. Big up yourself. So I'm gonna drop the link, guys. So easy. Give me your thoughts, big bro. Hey, baby. I see you. I see you. I see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Also, Sweet Escape, welcome. Thank you for passing through. Really, really, really appreciate your company. Guys, I really need some feedback on this topic that we're dropping right now. It's a burning issue, and we really need to discuss. Really, really need to discuss, because the teacher migration is a real thing. And I was, as I was saying before, there are several conditions that's causing the breakdown now in that field. why a lot of people are walking away from the classroom so easily. Mhm. All right, so EZW responds. He says, it's going to be even worse because teachers are not treated with respect either by their colleagues or by students. Hey, Easy, I could touch a student part of the story for a little second. I was teaching at the primary school level in my most recent employment. And I can tell you, as a man, I have to stand up even firmer than the high school in order to really demand that respect that is well deserved as a teacher. The youth them talk to you anyhow, and if you even talk some of the times, these people try to make you feel like it's a bad man thing or a bad woman thing. Them a try to push by you, and believe me, as a male teacher, even as a regular teacher, woman or whatever, you're not gonna really want to take that. So sometimes you have to really get firm on these kids, and nobody don't like that. Ministry of Education tells you that, and I'm not talking about hitting now, guys. Don't get me wrong, but I'm talking about being stern and firm. Oh, you need to take a gentler approach with these children. You need to take a gentler approach. Find out what the issues are with these children. But believe me, a lot of the issues is because parents also are not even doing what they're supposed to do to make sure that these children, do the right thing. The link is dropped, by the way, guys, so you can jump on. Bro, you forget me. You forget me. No. Hold on there, guys. Yeah, guys, I dropped the link a while ago. I saw you, Tasha. I was trying to bring you on, but it was as if it was frozen. So if you don't mind, you can click the link once again, and yeah, just jump back upstairs, and I'll let you in. Yeah, so easy. It's a real serious thing that is going on. The children are bad, but not as terrible as administration as well. So it's a double edged sword kind of situation, bro, where teachers are powerless, teachers are rightsless, but yet still teachers are expected to be magicians. And that is one of the things that really are reach we right now. All right. So welcome Tasha, welcome EZW. Both of my guests, two of my guests are up here. The wife is here and EZW is here as well. Tasha, do you have any thoughts in regards to the topic? Braindrain, leaving Jamaica. Teachers also leaving Jamaica. So skilled professionals are leaving and also teachers are leaving in droves.
So that's what brain drain means. Skilled
Brain
professionals.
drain, yeah, brain drain is when the professionals are leaving to take up employment in different countries.
Okay. Well, um, Personally, I mean, you know where I
Thank you,
stand
James.
as far as why I think it is happening. I take a more spiritual standpoint than anything. Um, because children are the future, and if you don't have people to educate the children or to lead the children, then where they going, where they going to end up, what future do they have? So I think at this point the enemy is frustrating the educators to a point where they no longer want to be in Jamaica. So now Jamaica going to end up to be this desolate country with no education for our kids. And then where does that leave us, right? A violent
Hmm.
infested country with nobody not knowing how to do better, basically.
But based on statistics though, Tasha, this sudden exodus of teachers is in America and other countries as well, but it is more prevalent in America and Jamaica and the Caribbean. You know, some crazy things are happening because, as I was expressing earlier, as I was expressing earlier, in the United States, in Florida, a family member was expressing to me that 300,000 teachers have left.
Yeah,
Now, by
it's
any
yeah,
standard,
true.
300,000 is a lot of teachers.
Mm-hmm. It's yeah, but okay, so not necessarily only Jamaica, but in its entirety, the whole entire world.
Yeah.
Um, I've not really heard anything about like other countries, but I've been following here because even here in the United States, we're lacking special ed teachers. We're lacking teachers in
Mhm.
every state, every county,
Yeah.
every everywhere, every city, everywhere. So we, I think it's just is a hindrance, or is something that's happening, that's a force is behind all of this, Mary.
So my question to you, Tasha, because we have to be objective as well when we're speaking.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
Crime and violence, particularly in schools in America, has become a very, very big factor. Do you believe, from your perspective, that that could also be a deterrent why so many teachers are walking away from the profession long before retirement age?
Absolutely, because they have no trust in the school um system, or they don't have any trust in the government to put in any measures that will actually prevent a school shooting, or prevent something of the sort that happened even in Uvalde, um
Yeah,
stuff
Vivaldi
like
was a
that,
big one.
stuff like that. So it's like, I believe that people are teachers are now putting their life
Interest.
interests before the kids. And
Yeah,
at this point, they can't trust anybody to put their life interest first. So they have to
true.
take that stand for themselves. So I feel like that's where we are too at that point. But shout out and hands down to all the teachers that are staying and that are
Yeah,
still taking the risk to actually educate our children, because we still do need teachers.
yeah, we
But
do.
I do understand, like for here in the United States is safety. And I think also too in Jamaica is safety, because with all these videos going around about students fight teachers, and it's that
It's
we
true.
have safety too, because there's no respect for the teachers anymore, and it's just whatever they want to do, that what they do.
So true.
And them not have no respect for the teachers them life. Remember going to school, me usually get my butt whooped in class if me even not open up a talk while the teacher teach.
Yeah. If a teacher, if you say something in class and it out of line, trust me, the teacher gonna put you back in line. and it didn't kill us. We the generation, generation before Gen X, it never kill we, because with that Gen Z now, though, Gen X, it
You
never
don't
kill
know
we.
wrong with it.
Yeah, man, they never kill we. We get a flogging when we were out of line, and a lot of us, we were a little bit cheeky, but not like this, because I posted a video earlier this year where the student from a prominent high school in Jamaica took it upon himself to fight off a teacher. Why did the student fight the teacher? The student walked into the class selling marijuana. Selling
Hmm.
marijuana. The teacher confronted the child about it. The child proceeded to punch the teacher in her face, damaging her glasses, and also to actually slap her, open hand slap, multiple times, because the teacher dared to respond to what this little boy was doing in her classroom. You understand? These are the conditions that teachers undergo. Sad to say, a lot of these things that happen are not being mentioned. Nobody no really talk about them, or nobody no did if catch it on camera for the world to actually see. It's a rare case when, and we are now in a stage where the quickest little thing that takes place, everybody does this. Everybody doing this because they want the likes on social media.
But
And that is,
nobody is quick to jump in to resolve the issues.
nobody is quick to jump in and resolve the issues. And that's one of the reasons now why the good of it is that we are now seeing more of the things that are taking place. But at the same time, the drawback of it is the fact that more media persons are out there now than peacemakers. So they're not stopping the war, but they're actually filming it to get likes and so on. So we have to keep that into consideration. I had already acknowledged you, James, but in case you didn't hear it, let me say it again. Welcome, James. Thank you so much, my friend,
Thank
for
you.
supporting my live stream. Whenever I'm live, James, you're always supporting. And I've not been on YouTube for a long time. So, you know, I just popped on YouTube the other night for the first time in a very long time. So you haven't been seeing me much over your platform, but I don't forget you, James. I'm gonna be popping over in short order. All right, so just look out for me as soon as you possible, my friend. But back to Jamaica, back to the classroom settings in the United States and around the world. Now let's just zone into United States for a second. Now school shootings, as we see, has been a big issue, as we've been mentioning. Tasha touched Uvalde, and there are so many others that have occurred over the past years where school shootings are concerned. One of the biggest ones that I can remember right off the top of my mind is Columbine. I remember Columbine many years ago. Um, that I don't remember at what stage of my life I was, but Columbine was scary. And this is something that has been continuing, the cycle has been continuing over and over and over, where persons believe that, oh, I'm upset about this or I'm upset about that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just shoot everyone. So it kind of is a factor of pushing away everybody. Workers and teachers alike are trying now different professions. I heard somebody the other day. I was talking to another teacher, and it's a sad statement that they made, but they were adamant that they were going to leave the classroom as well. And they were saying, even if they have to go ride on the back of a garbage truck, but they're not going back to school in the coming school year. Now, when you hear teachers are at that point, and that was a female teacher making that point, guys. She was saying that she'd rather to go ride on the back of a garbage truck rather than to go back into the classroom. It's heartrending. Why so? Because of the level of violence and the level of insensitivity from administration as well. And violence from the side of the children, and insensitivity on the part of administration and other persons that are in charge. You know, and trust me, guys, it hurts my heart when I think about about it from both sides of the coin. Because I know ministry wants to get the work done, and I know for the sake of the children, we want to implement this and we want to implement that. We want to get these things done for the children. But let's think about it for a second. What toll is it taking on the teachers? You know, all of your demands. Uh, how hard is it to get it done without the necessary equipment and prerequisites that are required to be successful? You know, a lot of the times we are expected to be magicians to make magic out of nothing, and that is so difficult. ECW, if you are here, my brother, you can jump in at any time you feel. So make yourself welcome. You are already welcome. I know you are also engaged in doing other things at the time. Tasha is also engaged in doing other things, but they've been kind enough to come and share their presence with me up here, just to make this live stream an even better success. So I'm very much grateful for your company as well. So, bro, whenever you want to jump in, you can jump in with your points. But guys, as I was saying, it's a very serious thing going on right now. Very serious thing going on right now. Thank you for the three persons that are here. But a lot of ups, a lot of downs, and in betweens in regards to persons leaving Jamaica right now for other jobs, and persons actually, just leaving the classroom in itself. It's very sad right now
I
based
want
on what is
to,
going.
babe, I want to touch on not the fact that they're leaving. Okay, so it's everywhere, right? Teachers are leaving because of safety, because of not being respected, or you know, in insignificant pay or whatever, right? So
Yeah, there's several
that's
factors.
several factors, right? But the thing is, no, why are they moving from Jamaica to the United States? Because it's everywhere, right? So
Mm-hmm.
why are they moving from the smaller islands or from these islands to the United States, where even safety is still a big major issue, and even teachers are still complaining about pay? Why move from Jamaica to the United
All
States
right,
to
let me go ahead and
still
answer that question.
be in that profession?
Let me go ahead and answer that question. I touched that response earlier, but let me just jump back on it for you. Now, one of the main reasons is the dollar value. The better life syndrome.
Mm,
Because when you look at the level of respect, first of all, that you get here, it is not even on par with the level of respect that you would get for your work in the United States. Even when you are being disrespected, you are still called sir. In Jamaica, a lot of the times you're called a boy, not to
wow.
teach a boy,
Mm.
teach a
So
hey, that girl there.
respect. So
So
respect.
the level of respect is one factor. So I'm touching each of the things that you mentioned a while ago now and breaking it down. Financial, because when you look at the amount of money that a teacher will make here in Jamaica compared to what a low level, a base level pay that a teacher would get in the United States, their base level would make the top salary here in Jamaica look like a joke.
Mm-hmm. Pretty
Because
much. Yeah.
because when you look at it, right, the standard for a teacher is 90 odd thousand, then at, at at its best for a degree less teacher, I believe, if my memory is serving me right. A teacher with degrees is just merely cracking the 100,000 threshold. But when you acquire a job in the same position, teaching even smaller classrooms in the United States, more structured and better resources in regards to materials that are given for you to teach, you will find that this person is getting um If they're getting $10 an hour, they're looking at 200 and something $1,000 when you work it out back into Jamaican currency. 200 and odd 300, near 300,000, maybe $280,000 per month. You understand? So you're getting even near some, in some cases, near three times the salary that you would be getting here in Jamaica for less work than you would have been required to do here. So it's not an easy life that they're looking for, but the quality work that they put in here, if they were even paying them a little bit better for that, then you would find a lot of people sticking around. But these people, they're saying if I put in that amount of work that I put in here in the United States, then at least it would feel like I'm getting value for my money. I'm getting value for my efforts. And I believe that's one of the major reasons why a lot of teachers are packing their little suitcases and going away. Also, another inviting factor that is ever present right now for teachers is the fact that when you leave, you get the opportunity also to take your family. So you take up a teaching job in the United States, and you work for a little period of time, and then you're able to send for your family to be with you, because as bad as America gets there, as bad as they give America the rap, a lot of the times they're pro family. They believe in people taking care of their family. So they're giving you the opportunity to come with your family. I know of a friend, a few years ago, she left on one of the teaching programs. And in less than 6 months, her kids and her husband was in the United States with her. I know another friend of mine, a neighbor, she left, and her husband was working at the embassy at the time, the American embassy, and they left. And in a short period of time, the entire family was going. Like, by the time all their documents were ready for her to start teaching, our family was going on the flight with her to to the country. So it's not a case where it's only the teacher that gets the opportunity to go, but they're able to move their children out of this existing situation as well. So, in some sense, it's a greener grass syndrome, but sadly, based on where society is right now, that's a necessary action by them. They're looking for a better life for themselves and their children.
Yeah, that's true. Because I
Yeah.
know somebody that is in that position right now. She got a 3 year tenure at one of at a school in, so she, she's on the program to work in South Carolina, and she had the opportunity of bringing her daughter. So now her daughter get this experience of coming to school here. And so
Right.
I think that's an awesome opportunity. And like you said, that's one of the reasons too that this migration is happening, because you actually get this opportunity, and your family can come, and you can, they can. And then I know for sure that if they do like how you work at these schools, they will extend your stuff.
Yes.
So then you do
Yes.
get the opportunity to really make a life, or make a life and make a living here that you weren't able to make in your own country.
True. I have a friend that we went to primary school together. Primary school is in Jamaica. In other countries they'd say elementary school, but we went to elementary school together and we went to high school together. And this gentleman, he is teaching at the primary school level, and he jumped on one of those programs a few years ago. And to this day, I think he's in South Carolina, as you mentioned, Mr. Gray. He's working in South Carolina, and
Yeah,
that has been about 8 years now or more, 8 or 9 years now since he's been there, and he's making
yes,
a life for himself. His daughter was born there. He has a daughter now, and she was born there. You know what I mean? He now
yeah,
has a family living there. The man is now, I'm not sure if he's married, but I think he's married now to an American citizen as well. So, there are opportunities that are out there. And Sad to say that is one of the luring factors for so many young teachers and so many seasoned teachers that are here in Jamaica. Just the better life syndrome, you know, because if one person out of the family gets the opportunity, it is the thought process that that one person will further benefit the other persons from the family to actually get a better life. So you'll find that teachers now are not, as you rightfully mentioned, Tasha, are not taking into consideration to say, oh, I can't leave because of the children that I teach and so on. No, people are now looking at, hey, I've got to make a choice for my children and myself, for my family and myself. They're now putting themselves at the front of of the class now to make sure that their kids also get a great opportunity. So it's sad that people have to leave. And thank you for the persons who are popping in. It's sad that people have to leave their positions as teachers here in Jamaica. But at the same time, guys, it's because of what they have to undergo in our present society why a lot of these people are making this decision. Rather unfortunate, but people go where they're respected. A lot of the times, even for the Bible says king has no honor in his own country. And that is so true. Because I have seen instances where a lot of Jamaican teachers jump into opportunities like these. They go overseas, they go on the program and they jump into opportunities. And the commendations that you hear these teachers receive is far above par than what they receive here on the island. Nobody mentions them to say how well they are delivering, but instead, here on the island, you're quick to be criticized of how bad of a teacher you are and how this and that and the third. But put that same teacher in that different environment where they can grow, and believe me, they excel far, far beyond expectation. Far
So
beyond
so now we're seeing that the change of well, you're right. Change of environment can spark motivation, and change of
Of course.
environment can motivate is a motivation for anybody, whether teachers or professionals that are
True.
moving to get that opportunity. So
True.
motivation, and not only monetary motivation, but like the everything that you mentioned, the respect aspect of it, the fact that even the fact that say they get 2 days off a week, maybe even
Girl, come
maybe
on.
maybe in Jamaica, or you don't get those days off. Teachers get, all right. So I know this person that used to be a teacher, right? So used to be a teacher, and had to bring home work with them. I'm not saying all teachers don't do that, but have to
All
bring home
Jamaican teachers do
weekends
that.
and all of that,
Every Jamaican
and
teacher.
that, and I feel like if if you're a teacher and you have your weekends off, right? Anybody and you have your weekends off, you should not be bringing home work with you at all for no apparent reason. You're not supposed to be bringing home work with you because you get your weekends off and you're supposed to be able to enjoy your weekend. You're supposed to be able to enjoy your weekend with your family. You're supposed to have the work-life balance. And so
But
I
but but
think too
can
that
I add
that
something to
people
that?
might
What a
bring to
principal
that.
told me some time ago.
People
A
might bring
principal
to
told me
that
that you're always
work-life
on
balance.
call.
Yeah, because the principal never have no life.
Yeah, you're always on call.
Yeah, that principal didn't have no life. You have to have a work life balance in anything that you do. You have to have a work life balance, and if you don't have work life balance, you're not gonna want to stay in that profession forever. If you don't have
No.
work life balance, you want the freedom. I was listening to something last night. I was going through Facebook and I was doing the Facebook reels, and something popped up and said, "It's not Pastor Mike Brown." He said, it's not the money that's bothering you. It's not your boss that's bothering you. What's really bothering you is that you don't have the freedom to do what you would love to do.
Mm.
So it's not that you don't make enough money, it's not that you don't love what you do, but
Mhm.
sometimes you need the freedom to do some things that you actually want to do. Like you actually want to go out, spend time with your family, but you can't do that because you have bring home work and you have to sit there and do lesson plan, sit there and do all of this and do all of that. Like it's a work life balance, and I feel like that's like the main thing, work life balance.
Girl, I remember something that happened to me a few years ago as a teacher, and my parents can attest to it. It was December, and we had exams. Everybody know end of year exams that we have in Jamaica as teachers, and I brought home some documents that I was supposed to mark. And before we got on holidays, the government said that they needed the raw scores. They needed the raw scores for the examinations. We had to go on the internet to submit these raw scores and this and that and the third. And I sat there the whole Christmas holiday and I had to work, 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 work. And
Nice.
it was in the same breath when I was told that we get paid for even our off times. So when you're
Holidays.
on holidays as a teacher, you're still on the clock. So you have to work.
Hey, whoever tell her that, whoever tell her that, she want a lick in her mouth. God forgive
Devil
me.
is a liar. Devil is a
Because
liar. And I
me
experienced
pretty
that also.
sure, me pretty sure that she never did woman do work.
Or
But
he.
or he, whatever. Anyway. But people like that though, people like that again is why people are migrating.
Yeah.
Like you're
That,
like
that, that-
if you have a principal or a vice principal in a school that you're working, and they have no empathy, no sympathy about for their teachers and their teachers' work-life balance, and they don't have any care for what their teachers are going through, then that's another thing. That's the environment thing. That's the negative environment, the environment that you
no, the
can't
children
strive
come
in.
first. The children
Yeah,
come first without.
okay, the children come first. No, okay, the children come first. That is fine that the children come first. You understand what I'm saying? But the children can come first if the teachers are not healthy, if the teachers are not mentally stable, if the teachers are
Now
not
we talking.
like on on par with what they're supposed to do for the kids. Like
Rested.
if you have
If the
teachers,
teachers are not rested.
if the teachers are not rested, if the teachers them are pass out in a class, if the teachers them have to go a doctor every 2 days, every 3 days, if the teachers them have high blood pressure and mental breakdown, what good are they to the children? That's the
Mm,
point. So if
good
you
question.
can see that, and if because mental health and self health have to come first, you have to be able to take care of yourself before you can take care of other people. There's no
Big
way
shout
that
out.
you
Let
can
me give a
take.
shout out right there to Tasha. Big shout out to all the principals and administrations who think about the work life balance and actually endorse the work life balance. Believe me, I salute you, team principals, because there are some principals who strongly believe in the work life balance. They will take their teachers out on trips. They will do stuff with their teachers. They will encourage their teachers to go to resorts. I have this other this female friend. We were friends when we were children, and she's also a teacher. And recently, she started working at a school. The principal, out of I don't know if it's school funds or what, but the principal takes all the teachers on a took all the teachers on a weekend to Rio. Took them to the Rio hotel. They must go de-stress. And periodically throughout the school year, that teacher bring out our teachers, invite the teachers to go have dinner. No, I'm not saying all principals need to do this though, but it actually goes a long way.
But what
Sound
about
different. Let down your hair, you're relaxed.
okay? So what about Ministry of Education? Can they have a budget? Because it goes even bigger than the principal themselves, because Can ministry, I believe that Ministry of Education can put in a funding somewhere to do that for teachers, because at the end of the day, them a work them butt off, and them a work them butt off, because these people are ministry now. If all teachers were supposed to quit, who are going to the classroom? Who are going to do the
Robots
job?
and robots and
That's what I'm saying.
teacher college
Who's gonna do
graduates.
the work for them? And I'm saying it. Okay, so now I'm speaking from a managerial point of view, because I've been a manager for a long time. So may I speak from this
Mhm.
point of view as a manager, and how to take care of your staff, how to take care of your people. Like, you have to do things. You have to you it's like, you can't be selfish. Man, you need the people to work for you. You need the people to work for you, right? So even if you have to go to your way and say, okay, for what am I gonna do, I'm gonna celebrate all of my staff members' birthday.
Mm,
And you
mm,
make sure you know them birthday. You make sure, so when you know, so them birthday come around, buy them a small cake, give them one card. If you not have if the budget don't call, if your budget don't have that money to put a little $1,000 or $2,000 in the card, fine, no problem. Buy a little cake, buy one card, write up the card. Everybody sign up the card, give it to that person. It's the thought that counts, and it shows that you
yeah,
appreciate what they're doing. They appreciate the work that they're doing. That's something I am big on, appreciating people, because at the end of the day, these people are working for you, and you have to depend upon them to do the job
yeah,
what them have to do, so your job can be easy. Because at the end of the day, if you can't do that, then you're not get your job done. And you have to
it's
go
true.
down to them level to go get the job done, so you can do
It's
your
true.
job. Because
And
as little as they think teachers are, if teachers don't do their job, they can't get their job done. So they have to
that's
think
true.
about
That is true. And as I say, I'm not taking shots at anybody, but realistically speaking, that's a hard truth fact. If you can't take care of your staff, if you can't take care of your teachers, then you're gonna find that people are gonna walk away because there's no value. There's nothing for me to hold on to say, hey, this is encouragement for me to actually stick around. It's not things and times have changed significantly. It is not so much about the little meager salary. It's not about the
that,
salary. It's
because
not
people will
about the
hang in
salary.
there. People will hang in there
Years
if
ago,
you
it was
don't give
about
them
salary. Now,
money.
years ago, Tasha, it was about salary and persons reaching retirement age. But there's such a big shift now that people are not doing that anymore. I personally know of so many teacher friends, and I'm telling you, this is something that is not even funny. I know of so many teacher friends right now who have walked away from the classroom. I'm not talking about those who have migrated. I'm talking about those who are still here to take up teaching programs online. And those jobs pay them much more than they are paid as a teacher in the classroom because they're getting paid at the pay grade that Americans are getting paid at to
Yeah.
teach English as a foreign language. There are so many persons who do that now to teach English as a foreign language, and they're getting $1,800 a month. They're getting $2,000 a month, $1,500 a month. And if you do the calculation, $1,800 in Jamaican currency, if you do it by
100,000.
yeah, if you do it if you should do it by $150, which might be the going rate right now. That's Let me give you a second, guys, and tell you. 1,800. I said, right?
Mhm.
$1,800 times 150. That's $270,000 a month. Who's gonna get up in the classroom and give you $270,000 a month? When is that gonna happen? Never. But these people are able to lock that down online. And this is the type of salary that a lot of persons in the classroom now that are migrating to the United States are getting. They're getting more than $1,800 a month. So
Yep.
the appeal alone is far stretched. People are looking for a better life. So
Because
I don't want to blame government and say government this and government that, but I can tell you that one, administrations in schools have to shake up their folly ground. They have to treat people better, and that's one of the reasons why most persons don't stick it out, because they're like, oh, me not deal with the principal then next year, or oh, me not deal with the vice principal there. They don't want to have to deal with that, so they know decide to work from home, get a computer, or most teachers have computers, and get a what you call it a noise cancelling headset, and sign up for one of those jobs and teach online. And they're teaching for 4 hours a day, and 4 hours a day, the rest of the day you have for yourself. 4 hours a day, and they're able to lock down this kind of money. They're not gonna
so
stress themselves
so
over the
so
classroom.
even
And
the
when
thing about
wait,
is
wait the Tasha. Well on Tasha. And when that class is done, it's done. Them not carry home no work.
that's true.
Go ahead and ask your question now.
No, I'm saying, and that's the reason because it's like it's like if it was one thing that was good or one thing or a few things that was bad, then I feel like say people would stick it out, right? So like say if the money was good, say that. Just say if them they get good salary, right? If it was good
Mm-hmm.
salary and then the disrespect of the children or whatever, or the principal being a butt, right? I think people could have overlooked that because at least them know say them salary is good, right? And then could I say, okay,
Mm-hmm.
may I get this amount of salary so me can overlook these other things. But then when your salary is not good and you have all these additional stress, it don't help. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people who take the opportunity to migrate now, yes, you do have some issues in American schools. You do because
Yeah.
the children are disrespectful too. Not gonna lie, them
Yeah.
disrespectful. Some of them
But they would
want
have
them.
to take but these
But listen,
Jamaican teachers would
hold
have to
on,
take that
hold
disrespect
on.
with the money.
That's my point. They will take that disrespect because the money is good, and they
Exactly.
and they have the self control to who will fit them out to get through the school day or get through the school year and get them money and then do whatever they want to do. You understand? So it's not really much. It's just if if Jamaica, let me we'll use Jamaica as an example. Jamaica would do better with appreciating the teachers. Whatever raise them, they promised them from how much years ago, them need to come through with that. Come through with
All right.
something to the teachers.
Jump in the comments for a second. Nareen says in the comment section, I honestly don't think the salary for teachers are bad in Jamaica. Hi to you as well, Nareen. Nareen says hi to Joneses. I'd love to ask you, Nareen, to just tell me
Sister
why you
Noreen,
say
it's
that.
bad. It's bad, Sister Noreen. It's
Yeah,
very bad. I married
I'd
a
love to hear
teacher.
why you say that though. Heck,
It's bad. I married I married a teacher. I know. It's bad.
and trust me, she has seen she has seen my pay sheet, so she knows. Trust me. But I know it's tough in America, but realistically speaking, we're looking at the dollar by dollar value.
Hey,
We're
Sister
looking at the
Noreen, how are you? No, man, no, Sister Noreen, true, 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 true. It's bad because
terrible.
when when do I showed me his one of his paychecks one time, and I calculated over here. I said,
We're not
really?
getting nothing.
I said, that's
We're not getting nothing.
nothing. That's nothing. That's
I truth.
nothing compared to coming here and getting paid. Just like he said, some of the teachers coming here, even if they don't get paid as much as a regular teacher, because I'm assuming they're on this program, right? So there's a specific pay rate or whatever. But even if they're not getting paid as regular teachers here that actually live here and work here, right? They're still getting paid more than what they get paid in Jamaica. Honest to
Yeah,
God, they get
by
paid more
far,
than
by
by
far,
far
the
what they
amount
get.
that they are able to save, the amount you are able to. I made the comparison a while ago. If a teacher in America right now, one of us who go up and try to get a job there, get $1,800 a month, which I'm assuming you would get more than that for the month. But let's just look at $1,800 for the month, just to be realistic here. That's working out to $270,000 in Jamaica. $270,000. That's three times the amount that one teacher here in Jamaica would get for their salary,
And
or shy, or a little bit shy of three times the salary.
Sister Noreen said something important. She said cost of living, right? But some of these teachers, they're going overseas to work and come back home. So going overseas to work and then coming back home. And remember, they're going on a program. So that program most likely provides some kind of housing, some kind of something for them to be there, but maybe they have to provide food for themselves, and maybe I don't know if they have to pay their bills or whatever, light, electricity, water, whatever. I don't know. But me know so them provide somewhere for them to stay for sure,
So,
right?
so sister,
So
she said she used to get it at ministry. You're a teacher or you were working at the ministry? That's the question I want to ask. Were you working at the ministry or you worked as a teacher, classroom teacher? That's the question. Because if
so
a ministry that, you get paid. You get paid. And that's the
if a
reason why a lot of
minister,
persons
that's the
and that's the
that's
reason why a lot of
the
persons try to be
question.
EOs and so on. But not in the classroom, my dear.
She
Especially
said
when you have a
she said administrator of agriculture.
ministry. You work directly with Ministry of Agriculture. You're working with the ministry. We the ones in the classroom ain't getting that. You're not getting that. You're not getting nowhere near that. Man, listen, I'm telling you, I'm not telling you based on what I think. I'm telling you based on what I know. I lived it. I lived it.
But
Easy.
working overseas on the program and then coming back home with that kind of money, that's people are gonna do that. Even if you don't want to fully migrate to the United States, you still would want the opportunity to go and work and then bring back that kind of money home, because at least
Yeah.
you know something right there, so you have something for you have a good cushion. You have a very good cushion, especially if you're on that program for a year or 3 years or a six, whatever. You
Yep.
have a good cushion coming home
No,
with.
but look what she just said now. And she said it perfectly. And that's what I wanted to find out. You said $270,000 per year. I'm talking about $270,000 per month.
Month. Yeah, yeah, Sister Noreen, per month. They might
So
get that a day. That
what you were making in a year is what you can make in a month.
Oh,
And
I
that is
was
one
a
of
bit
the attractive
concerned
things that
about
lure
that as
people to
well.
go.
hey, easy,
Yes,
what's up?
easy.
I'm here again. That like that takes the person that said Jay used to get $270,000 per year. Actually, I thought it was per month because when I say like in a case where an administrative staff is getting like $270,000 per month, it simply means that well, from the misjudged information, it simply means that they can do better when it comes on to paying teachers. Teachers need to be treated as important as they are. You understand? Because uh, honestly, me personally think them can do better. the benefits and all of that, them can do better when it come on to
I,
teachers.
I agree.
I think
And
so.
I'm not dogging out, I'm not dogging out the people who feed me because they say you can't bite the hand that feed you. But when something is bad, you have to talk about how bad it is. And
Yeah,
Sister Narina, I do understand when you say the comparison, and that's what we are actually doing right now because a lot of, and sad to say, but this is the reality. A lot of teachers here in Jamaica, they will take subpar lifestyle and a subpar living condition to send that money back home to Jamaica to build a nice two-story house so that when they come home, they can actually live in that. They
Yeah.
will. Then we even sleep on a floor to actually make sure so that money come home. They will double up rent with somebody just to make sure that they can actually send that money back home so that auntie can eat and uncle and grandma and everybody can eat. And then we send barrel come home, so remittance are come home too. They will do that.
Yeah.
So I do understand what you're saying when you say when comparison, but remember these teachers, majority of the times, um, they're not looking to set root in America
Sister
because when they
Noreen,
start setting root,
I'm sorry. I want to ask Sister Noreen one question. Sister Noreen,
go on.
how long
what?
ago? How long ago were you working in ministry in Jamaica? Because we're talking about nowadays. We're talking about like no
Current
2020,
affairs.
no current, no. So how long ago was this? Because maybe back then it was that way, but right now it's not. And I can tell it based off of second hand second-hand information because we're married to a teacher, so we can from information that is shared, it's not like that right now. And from what I've seen, it's not like that right now. 25 years. So no, tell me, you think things are still the same 25 years from when you were
All
working
of
in ministry? It's not
that
Noreen.
are almost that a little
Come
bit over
on,
half of my life.
come on. That changed long time.
One time.
The value for teachers have depreciated, like seriously. And
And
remember, mommy was a teacher. I knew what it was like when mommy was working as a teacher. They were still underappreciated with no little pay. But one thing what Jay said was, I remember they used to go on no trip. They even though the money wasn't so good,
they go out.
they were appreciated where them go on trips, they go on teachers trips. Cause me usually go with them too because my mom children, me and Kadim usually go. And we when them go on field trips, them go on it was more of a appreciation because they know that they weren't getting enough money. So they tried to do other things they make them feel appreciated. That's not happening now. That's not happening no, because if teacher can't, if student can't fight teacher and punch up teacher and teacher are defend themselves and then no have no job after that. Me no know what kind of appreciation that.
My point exactly. You can't even defend yourself. You have to just stand up and take the thump them because everybody say you are the adult and you should act like an adult. And the child just punch you up and get both bragging points off of you.
Bragging points and the teacher last lose them job. So
You
how
lose your
are
job.
you appreciating teachers? That means you're not them safety not even in the forefront of your mind.
You know.
Easy done again.
It it's not like when you were in ministry, Sister Noreen. God no. It's far from it. It's far I remember, and this is in 2015 now I'm telling you about. And this is Jamaica land we love me I gotta talk about right now. I had just left the school, so I wasn't teaching at that school anymore. But an incident took place where persons from the community came onto the school compound to injure or damage a student, fight off student, and they entered the compound based on what I heard with machetes and other weapons because I kill them come to kill the youth. And I'm telling you about Jamaica. This is not a made up story. Luckily, there was a teacher on the compound with a licensed firearm, and he had to discharge a number of rounds in the ear in the direction of where the individuals were coming. And little did the teacher know that one of them was also armed. And you know what happened? That young man, one of the young men actually fired back, and it actually missed the teacher and damaged and broke the leg of a child that was hiding behind the teacher trying to make a narrow escape. Now you tell me if that not sound like a war zone rather than a classroom setting. And I'm telling you about something that happened in 2015, 2016, somewhere about. So think about how bad it has gotten since 2015 to 2016. We're now in 2022. And them things that are going on in Jamaica right now, where the students are now carrying the weapons to school. If you follow the news in Jamaica, more than one student them take off gun off in recent times. You understand? So the teaching conditions nowadays are not. It's not so nice. So if somebody, normally a teacher would say, "Oh, I love the children so much and I love my job so much, so I'm gonna stick around." It's kind of hard now for you actually say, "I'm gonna stay." It's easier for you to say, "Hey, you know what? Me already know say school shootings take place in America. Me already know say it is a possibility that my school could be the next school if me migrate and go America to teach. I make up my mind about that. But the pay, the salary, the treatment is much better, so I'll take my chances." They'd rather to take them chances because them don't make up their mind. But it's a big surprise if something like that take place here in Jamaica. You understand? So as EZW rightfully said on the comment section, alone gunman alone I got school nowadays. It's true. I can tell you because I worked not just in the country area, but I also taught in the Kingston area as well. And when I was teaching at a school, when I was doing my practicum at a school in Kingston, there was this one boy that would just every day him come at school him want to sleep. And you know me, like a country teacher and me care. One day I asked the child, "Why is it that you're always sleeping in class?" And he held down his head. And I said to him, "No man, talk to me." Because I had developed by now a relationship with him where we could have a conversation. I said to him, "Why is it that you're really and truly tell me, man, why are you always sleeping in the class?" And he said to me, "Sir, I'm afraid to tell you, no, sir." I said, "No, man, you can trust me that I won't share this with anybody if you talk to me." And he said, "All right, sir. Sir, at night time, me have to sit down and watch a turf, sir. Me have to out there and I watch turf." And I said, "What do you mean by watch turf?" Him say him have to out there in the nights as a lookout for the other bad man them in the community, so that rival gangs not enter the community. So him have to sit up and stay awake for watch the turf to make sure so nobody not enter the community, so that if anybody enter, he can make an alarm. And then the bad man then would have come out with for them gun and shoot. You understand? That is the society that we're living in. So this boy don't get no sleep. When him come to school, him take school for sleep. Him come to school for actually sleep. What do you do now
Then,
with a child like that? How do you reach him?
and then
How do you reach
when
him?
you go to school like that, when they go to school and you address that issue, then that can also
You get the
cause
blame.
you issues. And
Yeah, you get the blame.
Sister Noreen is saying that it's a universal problem, and I can understand it's a universal problem. But some people say the grass is greener on the other side. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't. Right? Even here in the United States, where teachers are complaining, no, right? If they had the opportunity to go to Jamaica for 6 months to teach, they would see that it's better here than it is.
Most of them couldn't survive.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
couldn't survive.
Some of them would rather come back to them yard and they
No,
wouldn't
them
they
wouldn't
would
survive.
go because they would see that the conditions in another place is far worse than what they're experiencing now. You understand? Because like I said, like we were saying earlier, everywhere is bad because we're seeing that, everything is it's just the whole entire world right now. This is what is happening. This is the condition of the world, right? But in certain places it is worse. And yes, Jamaica land we love, it is very worse there
All right.
than it is here.
But I ask Sister Narina a question. Now, and I'm just being straight. How do you deal with a student looking at a teacher and say, "Batty boy teacher, suck your mother," and all of them stuff? How do you handle that? You know? And I'm not telling you about things that are made up. May I tell you about real things where take place? You know, dirty teacher boy, oh man, punch you tire them and them kind of narratives there. Now, how do you handle that? And if he says that he's gonna actually punch your tires, he's gonna slash your tires. How do you
and
handle
then
that?
and then think about it. When he does follow through on the promises, right? Whether the threat or whatever the case is, and him follow through with that, what is going to be his punishment? What is it going to be, right? As a
Slap on the
child,
wrist.
because they're children still. They're 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 10-year-olds. What is going to be their punishment? You understand? So before you as the adult,
No, no,
before
wait, let me answer
you
this. No, we're not trained for that. We're not trained in combat. No, dear. We are trained to teach. We are trained to teach.
try to do a
And that's
fight.
all we are trained for. You have to be a gangster in this here society. Yeah. Let me tell you that. And I'm telling you straight off the bat, you have to be a
Listen,
gangster
listen,
teacher.
listen. Just like now, they're saying that they want.
Bad
At
man
one
teacher.
point, they wanted to pass a law where teachers could bring their licensed firearm into the classroom. Are you crazy? You're crazy. Everybody's human. Once when one student challenge you, you don't think the devil is gonna put in your head you have a firearm and you pull it. And where that land you as the adult. That's the thing. The children them are
Put
gonna
you in a game.
challenge you. The children them are gonna challenge you, right? You have to be the adult, fine. Because but if somebody come in your face and a slap you up and a punch you up and a
No,
harm
me
you
actually
and
like what she said about psychology and sociology. Me love
you
it. Let's address
defend
that.
and you defend yourself, and you are the adult in problem. You are the adult in problem because what am I gonna say about the child? Oh, it's just a child. Oh, it's just a child. He's
It's
just
just
a
such a man.
child. He's just a
But what is
child.
that child
He's
exposed to?
just a child. But then
What
that
is that
child
child
come to
exposed to?
school, that child come to school with intention to harm teachers and students, and then they're just a child. Okay, they have maybe there's some mental issues there. That's a whole nother ball game. But you as the adult know you have to looking at yourself and know take the necessary precautions to see if you want to stay in the classroom with this madness. And if you don't want to stay in the classroom with this madness because you know say if one student put them on fire, you go annihilate them,
No,
then
you're gonna say, no,
you
you're not
you
supposed to do that. You're not
no,
supposed to
that's
do
what I'm
that.
saying. No, you're not supposed to, but you're human. Come on,
No,
man.
you're telling the child
You're
that you're
not
telling the
supposed to
child.
do that, but you're human.
Tasha,
Because if somebody come at you wrong, if you hear the word I use, if somebody come at you wrong, you're human. Your defense is flight or fight.
mm-hmm.
Some people will run. Me not lie. Some people will flee from it because they know the consequences. Some people are gonna stand up and fight, and the people that must stand up and fight always get in a trouble. The people will stand up and defend themselves always are get in a trouble. So before you get in a position where you have to defend yourself, you flee and you go get another opportunity.
Yeah, but as me say, a lot of the times you're right. Flight or fright is going to kick in. Well, you are gonna respond. And if you respond, you are gonna get the wrong because you're here say you're the adult. But how can you physically be an adult when the assault is right in front of your face right there? Like, I'm not talking about just verbal, because them kids here don't do verbal anymore. Them kids here don't know if we even reason anymore. And it's no fault of us as teachers. Because what we have to understand is that when they leave school and go home, a lot of them, they are the man at the home and the women at the home, and them run yard because parents can't say nothing to them. As a matter of fact, some of these homes, there are no parents there. And society, the street, is the parent. So the gangster on the corner now out tell him say, oh, no make no teach a boy this year. And if I teach a boy this, you step to him because oh, if a boy this, you will come up there. When you have the elements out there telling these children this kind of narrative, and these children now act out on it, rest assured, them take up them phone and them make a phone call and say, oh, the teacher boy you diss me, you know. Ray. What's gonna happen? People from off of the street come up to school now. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna get how are you gonna get across or get out of that situation?
And that's what I'm saying. How do you like that's the reality we're facing. That's the reality we're facing. You school a child in school. And nowadays you school a child in school and the whole community are come for you as the teacher. How do you respond to that? How do you think that's a safe environment? How do you think that teachers can work like that? How do you think that migrating is not a good idea when this is what they're facing? And I'm saying, I'm not saying that the grass might be greener. I'm not saying that. But I feel like the teachers will take the opportunity elsewhere to see if the grass is greener because it's
You're
very
more
bad.
willing to take the chance.
They're
You're more
willing to
willing to
take
take
the
the chance.
chance to see if the grass is greener because of the conditions that they're facing now. Just like if you think about people in different countries that want to migrate to anywhere, United States. Let's talk about the war in Ukraine with right? People are trying to get out of Ukraine right now to go somewhere safe because right now in their country it is not safe. And that's basically what's happening with the teachers. It's not safe to be a teacher in your own country anymore. Therefore, you love your profession, so you're trying to find opportunities in other places where you
Right,
can still do your profession and
right.
stay in your profession and what you do. But right now, it's not conducive where you live, and
And, and,
that's bottom line.
and to add to that, how funny it is like it's a rarity when you hear of a school shooting in the United States in some places. It's like I know something will happen every day. But in a Jamaica, every single where you go across the length and breadth of Jamaica, you can hear about at least one instance of students acting out on a teacher on a daily basis. At least one. And I mean, I put my mouth around and talk that. Some of the times, if you should hear some of the stories that come from teachers, tears come to your eyes. I remember this English teacher, close friend of mine, and she left the classroom recently. She left the classroom recently, and one of the reasons why she left the classroom, she was teaching at a prominent all boys school. She was teaching at a prominent all boys school here here in Jamaica, and she was a younger teacher, you know, and she's not an older person. Nice, young, slim, and trim, very petite. She's small in her body, and she was telling me about a situation that happened to her, and it scared her from the classroom to this day, where there was this boy that she came across in the class, big structure. You understand? And the young man always making some little shallow passes at her until one day the boy the boy and three of his friends did the unthinkable, and luckily somebody walked into the classroom before it could happen. These boys actually held on to her, lift up her skirt, and was trying to pull down her underwear. Now you tell me, what
Rape
would
her.
you do in that kind of situation?
Yep.
The little boy was between the teacher foot and somebody walking at the class. She almost got raped by four of her students at a prominent boys' school. All because she's small in her body, so she can't really fight them off. And these boys are strapped in boys. And you only heard a peep of it in the news media, and then it died. Because it is disgraceful and it has to be hush hush and kept under wraps because the image of the school. And I'm telling you, she almost got raped by four students. Now we tell about teacher. A woman that.
Hi, lady there.
Go on, Lacey. Big up yourself.
How are you?
Yourself.
Yeah, that's something that, and those are things people don't hear about a lot.
Yeah.
Especially if people, if teachers or former teachers don't share those kind of experiences, then people would know that these things are happening in the schools or in the classrooms. But these are issues and reasons why I feel like that is happening now with the teachers migrating, or teachers just quitting and just feel like, okay, this at them time for just start them own business or do something that they're more passionate about, because
Exactly.
of the unsafe environment and the lack of care for teachers, right? And I think that's what is happening. If we want to be practical, if we want to be
Yeah.
spiritual, it's a whole nother devil. But to be practical, it's that, it's the lack of care, the lack of um the work life balance that's not there, the disrespect, the no sympathy, no empathy, no nothing
The
for teachers
abuse.
who are going through certain things. Teachers can hardly get time off for go get married. You want to get married and you can't even get time off because administration in a feelings about you as the teacher. Who cares? Like, that's somebody's personal life, and they have the right to go do what they need to do. Somebody died, and the funeral is on a weekday. Yes, they can take, they're supposed to be able to get the day off to go and go bury their family members. They're supposed to get the day off to go mourn. They're supposed to at least get time to go mourn. Like, it's just I'm just saying, because
No,
you
no. Why me laugh? Me laugh because yes, you're supposed to get the time off to mourn, but yet still somebody's gonna look at you and cuss you out because they have to go sit with your class. They're gonna
yeah,
cuss you out and tell you
but then when you come to
how
school,
I'm a dying person. I'm a dying
but when
person,
you come
and you're
to
wicked.
school,
You have no
but
conscience.
when you, but that's what I'm saying though. But then when you as a teacher come to school in your morning state, you're in a state of mourning and you come to school, you're no good to nobody.
But
So
you're a
how
hero
you
to
not,
them.
how you not
You're a
understand
hero.
that? You're no good to nobody. You come to school and you think about your loved one with dead, and you mourn and you cry in the classroom while you teach the kids them. How do you not
But
understand that that person need time to go deal with that?
it may say you're a hero to them because even though you're grieving and you're going through your pain, you still come to school. Oh, I trust me, I admire this teacher because even when
Them
this
can
teacher,
admire,
Miss,
if I would
even
even
when
hear
Miss
people
Palmer,
admire me from afar.
even when Miss Palmer is going through her hardest time, Miss Palmer is so dedicated that she's here.
Admire me from
Who cares?
afar. Admire me from
Who cares? Seriously, who cares? They don't.
afar. Admire
They
me from
don't because what I can say, and I can say this based on experience, before the week is out after they fire you, or without before the week is done, before after you leave, somebody else will be there. Somebody else will go
and
there
that's
in the
and that's
spot.
and that's and that's sad. And
And
that's
if you
sad.
die, They will come to your funeral and they will say, "Oh, Miss Palmer was a good woman, or Mrs. Jones was a good woman," and it's such an unfortunacy that Mrs. Jones is leaving, has left, and we're so sad that she has passed off. And then tomorrow morning, somebody else in
Eh,
the position.
it no no it's just life happen, right? Life happen. We understand the world is turning, the world is changing. We understand that there's going to be ups and downs, but they have to do better with the accommodations for the teachers, and that's just the thing. Just
Treat
do
them for
better,
good
do
money.
better, do better with the do better with the benefits. Do better, like, I mean, it yeah, it bad everywhere. Fine, it bad everywhere, but like,
But but
think
let me feel
yeah,
good enough for one to come to work.
let them feel like, say, them actually needed or wanted. Like, think about bonuses. Give one bonus in the middle of the year or something. Give a surprise bonus. Do something that will let them feel appreciated. And then again, it's the administrators in the school too, principals, vice principals. Just do something spontaneous for the teachers them. Yes, are you them placed as the head of the school, so are your responsibility, right? If even if ministry not get the money, then you find it somewhere out of your pocket, because at the end of the day, them teachers here have your back. And your back the teachers them have is not, the ministry now will see no other way, because them a come to you for everything that they need, and your teachers have to produce that to you, and you have to produce that to them. So if the teachers not produce that to you, and you have to go find it for produce and then give it to them. So at the end of the day, it's just thinking outside of the box and just trying to
It's
accommodate.
all a
It's
part of one big puzzle.
it's
It's all
crazy.
it's all a
Juba,
part. Big up
Juba.
Juba. Big up yourself, Juba. It's all a part of one equation. All parts work together. You understand what I mean? And in defense of some principles, me know for a fact that some teachers give a hard time. But
Yeah,
let them be motivated enough. Let them be motivated enough to actually want to do better.
better.
But when administration now come and administration are gonna make you feel belittled, and administration now is gonna get into your personal business, and administration are gonna tear you apart and make you feel incompetent, and all of
And you
these
can't
things.
have a personal life.
Like you can't have no life none at all, except if your life is surrounded by the children. Then you know what will happen, because I can tell you most, and if there were some honest teachers that would copy in on this live stream right now, they would tell you majority of the times they spend the time focusing on building other people's children, and their children suffer the consequences. Me can tell you that their children suffer. I and I don't know if I should make this reference, but
Don't make the
I
reference.
had an experience where I had a teacher that was working at the same institution, and she had a child that was in my class, right? And a lot of the time she come and she says she can't even help the child with him homework when me send home homework. She can't. She don't have the time because she have to focus on her children as well to make sure said them all right. So guess what happened now? And I'm talking about even back then when we had online classes. She couldn't even make time to make sure that the child was on his online class, because we had to be so riveted down taking care of the other children that she wasn't able to even look if her child. And you know what her child used to do? Come on the class, come on the class, turn off his camera, turn off his microphone, and go on a different device and play video games all day. And what you would do now is just go back to the classroom, the Google Classroom, replay whatever the video recording of the class. And just go back, do the replaying of the thing. They get some of the notes so him can get, and do 1 and 2 assignments that were set. And you that did believe, oh, this child is such a wonderful child. He does his work and he's in class. Their class way. while you're there, and she give us a joke in a staff meeting. While you're there teaching, and you're calling the child by name. Uh, Tasha, are you there? This is the child. The device is right there in front of you. But because the camera is off and it is muted, this is the child. All day. All day. Definitely smart boy indeed. But then when it comes to examination time now, it
I
reflects.
don't know
And
nothing.
guess what now? Guess what now?
Them say
At
the
the end
teacher
of the
never
day,
teach them nothing.
you hear so the teacher never teach nothing. Oh, you're such a bad teacher because you didn't teach this and you didn't teach that. I had one particular
Mm-mm.
student with the online. That's why me not too like the online something. To me, did alright with it because it gave you some kind of time for really do stuff at home. But me ain't too like it either because guess what? You weren't reaching the children the way or you can reach them. I had this one particular student do the same thing. Him turn off him mic, turn off him camera, and him gone a river. The same one who me always a call. Tasha, sometimes you would call me every now and again, and you would hear me call this child 24/7. It's when we got back to school, me know say river the boy gone, cause the river is close to him house. The child gone a river and him water soak when he come back, you can see saying drunk. So by the time he do pop back in the classroom, he want to sleep. So he just close out and he just jump out of the classroom and gone. Him not come back after lunch. But yet still, when it comes to marking and documentation, you hear that the teacher, oh, you didn't do a good job in the online platform. Get all the blame. So, saying all of that to say this, guys, I know the easiest thing, but a lot of teachers would find that more appealing to go somewhere else where they are more appreciated than even financially, you know, and work not just that, but working in a different country like the United States. There's some level of freedoms that they can actually capitalize on, whereas in going and visiting different places, sightseeing, spending time, probably meeting up with some family members that they have not seen in a long time, just doing things. But then here in a Jamaica now, book, 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 book. Come Sunday evening now. When it comes to Sunday evening, you have to make sure say all of your lesson plan there them right. So there's nothing structured even on a platform where you can say, there are standardized lessons where you can actually capitalize on and you can just use these lessons back in your classroom Monday morning. No. You have to sit down in front of a lesson plan book and write to your heart content, you know? Lesson plan book, marking register, attendance, this and attendance. You have to do everything by book, you know.
Touching the register. Like I never know how so much stress it take and give
I'm
teachers
stressing you.
heartache and pain with the whole register thing. Like the other day I
Yeah,
was
man.
talking with a teacher and them I tell me so when it come on to marking register doing I don't remember what them call it, but like it's like the final attendance thing
Yeah,
where
man.
you
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
to tally and
It's
all, and
stressing.
you can't use pencil, you have to use pen, you can't mark over. Listen, man, teachers
Yeah, man.
are
If you
underpaid.
mark, you have to start over.
Teachers are underpaid.
Hey, remember I know.
Them needs to go on better.
Remember I know. Jay used to the woman do the grade book, and he have to put it in a pencil first, and then he mark it over with pen. And when he mess up,
Cuss.
Help up loose.
Cuss.
in cuts, redo
Listen,
this
man.
something. Oh my
Cuss. You
god.
can do it over back.
Hats off. Hats off to the person where the teachers are are heroes. I never see this yet.
Yeah, man. I big up to everybody who believe that, man, because I true teachers go above and beyond, brethren. And the
Listen,
sad part about it now is this easy, and this is the part that a lot of people don't know. It's a 6 times now. The government should have raised teacher salary. So teachers' salary is behind by 6 raises. Me talk about getting a razor pay and then giving us another razor pay a few years later, and another razor pay, and another razor pay, and another razor pay to six.
Wow. So the
Yeah,
raise what
a
they're gonna get
six,
now, it can't be a 6 or not 3%. It have to go up heavy.
bro. A 3% them again, same way. So you're not even scratching
Listen.
surface of what you should be getting.
Yeah,
So
it's
that is
sad
the
to
reason
say.
why. So that is the
You,
reason why teachers are going into different countries, because
yeah,
by now Jamaican salary for teachers should be on par with other teachers around the world. We now
listen,
get that party.
me tell you say, me tell you say me have the ability to work more than a teacher per month in a 2 weeks, you know. You don't believe me, don't?
Of course, we believe you.
How?
Then, bro, me just make the comparison of a teacher being at home working on one of the teaching English platforms, and them make like $1,800 a month.
Okay.
So when they make the $1,800 a month now, EZW, calculate it in Jamaican currency at $270,000 a month. Them a make. You're getting the same amount where a CEO professional up there, so one of them top class high level business people would not get a
And
month.
that's a business owner
270,000.
himself.
Eh?
A business owner himself.
Two
That's a
hundred and
profit
seventy
of a
thousand dollars a
business
month.
first.
Nah, I tell you, 270,000 and no tax now come out of that.
Yeah, there we go. Because even me right now stop pay tax. Because me used to
The
pay tax
reality of
and
the
me
thing, bro.
stop come out and me pay, you know. So saying not normal. So
You know,
I
me
have the
assure you,
ability. Listen,
you, you have the
remember
ability
in
to
a
make a lot
last
of
year,
money.
I meet one teacher. The woman left teaching for go downtown go work in one of the Indian wholesale them. I ask her why. She said the amount of money what she make when she make a sale, she not make that in a teaching. She said
Alright,
our tip alone or our commission is above and beyond her teaching salary per
alright.
month.
Pause for a second, I'm show you something. Do the maths with me. Cause easy W, you love mathematics, you know. You're a
No,
numbers
no
person.
sir, no sir, not at all.
Alright, well, for the interest of this live, you're a mathematician. Right?
Yeah,
Now, take for instance somebody who works at McDonald's. Right?
yeah,
You work a 40-hour week, which is 8 hours a day. Right?
yeah,
You get $10 per hour and you're working 8 hours for the day. Right? Cool?
yeah,
So
yeah.
so you're actually making, it's a ten
$12 for
dollars
the
for
week.
$10 an hour at 80. So 80,
40
so
hours for
80
the week.
then 80 now times 40. That we say 80 times,
Yeah,
cause,
we
ten
can do that
dollars
or
ten
we can
dollars
do 10 by 40 by 10 and then times 2.
40 by 10 times 2.
Yeah, so that's a $800.
Zane. So I could say $800. What you joke now? Cause me love to be practical, guys. 800 times the 150 in a Jamaica, that's $120,000. Zane, $120,000 working $10 an hour in a different country. That are like sweeping floor. That are like working at McDonald's. That are like working at one of them other little places. A food establishment. You understand? And that is below America's minimum wage. Because I believe America's minimum wage right now is $13 for a person who actually work in America. Tasha, you'd be better able to tell me this. But I think a $13 an hour.
Yeah.
So I'm saying,
Right now in BC, minimum wage is $15 an hour. You're
all
not
right,
getting
watch
paid.
this.
You're not getting paid no less than $15 an hour. In Maryland, I think it's 13.50. I think
All
so.
right,
You're
so
not
I could work
getting
with
paid
minimum
under
wage.
13.50. Yep. And if and your and base hours 40 hours a week. So
All right. So make we be modest now and actually do the calculation. Zane,
All right.
now
So that would
may
be
use
all right.
your method now easy. Zane, 13, you said 13 times 40, no?
Yeah.
Times 2. 13 times 40
Mm,
multiply by 2
Cool.
times 2. That, man, you said 13 times 40.
Yeah, man. Which would have be 520 times that by two for the
520.
fortnight.
For the so I like a 4 then, brother.
No, man. Remember, I said the
Cause we,
fortnight are 2 weeks.
oh,
But if you have a,
that's why I said
if you have
4
a work for the month,
month.
yeah.
A month
So
we
times
look
four,
on the monthly salary times 4. So five how much?
520.
520?
Yeah.
520 times 4. That's a
That is
2080.
2080. Mm-hmm. Times that by Jamaican now. So all right.
2080. I'm going to do it in a Jamaican now.
So
And we
base
are look
rate
for minimum wage,
145.
base rate of 145, right?
Yeah.
A
145
300,
peak.
a 301,600 you get for the month working minimum wage. And most teachers will migrate to go up there. I go get above minimum
More
wage,
than
bro.
that. Exactly. It's terrible. It's
So,
terrible.
so, so when a person will step to me and tell me, brother, say, oh, teachers I get good pay in a Jamaica and all of them something there. Do the
Listen, who
research.
feels it
We have to
knows
do
it.
we have to do the research. Because see the 301,000 party. A doctor pay me I get there, so doctor pay me I get for sweep floor. I don't know if you
Right?
understand what I say.
Mm.
Yeah, me I get doctor pay for sweep floor. Because when you check the levels, even in America, if I rent, me get me rent out of this and me can actually pay one and two bills. If me I take the bus, me take the bus. If me smart, me can carpool with somebody and me give them a little something,
Yes, money. Mm.
give them a little gas money and me get to work. And if me do decide that me all get cemented in the culture and me get one little cheapers so I can carry me back and forth. Me get a little cheapers and me pay me gas money. But we have at least a $500 can put in my savings. You understand what I mean?
Yeah,
So
man.
we just have to just keep these things into consideration, guys. These are the reasons why people are running away from Jamaica and other Caribbean countries now to try to get employment in these first world countries
But
because
I
things
think
not
they
so
need to
nice
cut
now
out
in
that
third
too.
world countries.
With the
Eh?
whole first world and third world country thing, they need to cut out that because that's why most persons are being underpaid. That everything them talk about, oh, this is a third world country. Listen, that need to cut out.
Bro, listen, we do customer service, Zane,
It,
and it's
it,
a
it,
very wonderful area. And I've worked in the call center. You've worked in the call center as well. And I'm gonna make a call center reference. Now, when you look at a call center that comes into Jamaica and they give you a job and you're getting $3.50 an hour.
yeah, nobody really talk about it, you know. Cause right now we have need for this, you know,
Come
continue.
on. Now me I got talk $3.50 per hour compared to my counterpart in the United States who is making
thirty
$15 an hour.
dollars per hour. $30 per hour.
Who are making make we use basic $15 an hour. They're making about 4 times the amount when me I make here so. 4 times the amount
Yeah.
when me I make in Jamaica.
No joke.
So saying all of that to say this, even though cost of living always will take a factor, it is much more easier for me to go ahead and get an employment in that country or migrate and go to that country to seek work. That is the reason why there are so many people who jump on H2B jobs and so on. They might try to get an escape to try to build a foundation for their family, bro. And I just the
Yeah,
harsh reality of where we are right now.
it is. It is because no, I was talking to someone the other day. I was in a train and I'm talking to the trainer and no, as it regards to like Jamaican agents, it is said that Jamaican agents get paid by the hour. However, US agents they get paid by the call and they get paid per call.
Mm.
When
Don't
we
let me go
work
there.
it,
Don't
when
let
we
me go there
work it,
because
when
that's
we
another
work
thing.
it, they are getting $3.50 per call. That's what they said. Now me know for sure that can work because as you said, the minimum rate over
It's
there is thirty
$13.
dollars. So me know that can work. All right. When we asked, they were like, "Oh no, that doesn't apply to you guys in Jamaica. It applies to persons within the North America." And I said, Jesus, here we go. But it is it is something that is seriously needs it needs to be
All right, all right. Well,
addressed.
give an example. When I was working in the call centers, when I was working in the call center a few years ago, many got donkey years ago, and as a supervisor, I was a floor supervisor, and I remember I had the opportunity of speaking to yo, bro. I had an opportunity to speak with another floor supervisor from the United States because
Mhm.
we have to compare notes, we have to compare data, and supervisor,
Dialogues
floor
and so
supervisor,
forth.
you're
Yeah.
in management, you're in what do I call it now, base level management. So you have access to certain what they call it, portals, as they would call it,
Yeah.
and they
Opportunities.
always warn
Yeah.
us not to ask about salary and things of the sort. But I remember,
Yes, man.
blessings, Moffat. Bless up, Chris. I see you. Bless up, bless up, bless up. I remember one day
Chris,
under
what's up?
Sykes. Remember one day under Sykes, easy. Me actually find a way to ask my counterpart, who was a floor supervisor like myself, about sales because it was a sales person that I was asking them in regards to what is
Yes,
it like.
man. With
Me took the question to ask them what is the payout per agent for
per
sales,
sale. Yes, man.
and the individual said to me that each agent gets $100 for a sale.
What?
Yeah, man, $100 then get per sale. And easy, I couldn't go no further into the conversation. All I could
Yeah.
have said
All
is
right.
thanks.
Yes, man. That's
Because
all I
at the
want to know.
time, because at the time, easy, we who are work on the floor and my people and who me responsible for easy was getting $3 per sale. $3.
What?
$3 per sale. And my counterpart in the United States, I get $100 per sale party. I don't know if you see what
Sad,
I say.
man. It's sad.
So
It's sad. And don't feel like say the call centers are not being paid.
of course I'm gonna get paid, my
They're
youth.
they're getting the money, but them just feel
Then
like
why is it
say
that we get an online call center work? If we get an online call center work for work straight in the United States for an American company, you are getting so much. You're getting paid
exactly.
at the rate of the paid.
Listen, man, it's
Sad.
just because the opportunities they're not as prevalent, but trust me.
Right.
Listen, you see when time I decide to come out of call center, J, when me I left call center, I decide to me I left call center, I must find one work from home job. And media call center work $350 per hour, not even $3.50, but $350. And listen, me there now I work $3.50 per hour. And right now the dollar they like at about $150. And
Mm-hmm.
when me used to work in a 40 hours at the call center, me I make more than that and me now work 30 hours a week.
Simple. Saying all of
You
that to say this,
understand?
that is the reason why people are run from Jamaica and want to go look work in a different countries, bro.
Yes, man.
I, Chris, I don't know if you want to add to that, Chris, but we're talking about the teacher migration and the brain drain that is taking place in Jamaica right now. That's basically what we're discussing this afternoon, Chris. So if you want to share an input, you can share an input. The link there's somewhere in the comment section, bro. Yeah, but I realistically speaking, that we really a look on, bro. You know, as a professional, I would put it at your feet as well to give your 2 cents. As some serious something going on in Jamaica right now and around the world in regards to this very same issue.
Listen, but then I wanted to do teaching early childhood, and me after certain time me sit down and contemplate and me decide say listen, teaching I not for me. Number one, me I go feel like so me get tired of the early childhood thing and me I go on go maybe to primary or high school level. And then
Mm.
that's what me know it's either me I go feel smarty or smarty go feel me. And that's just the mere reality. Cause right now from a reach grade one, you're a bad man. You see me, I no
Yeah,
pick
man,
me again,
everybody
you're a
back
bad
from them
man.
time there.
Bad gun man. Yeah man. Because enough of them get exposed to these things and nowadays make it rather worse because people have picking. So
You
the
use the
good
right word, bro.
parenting with the
Expose.
yeah man. Um so Pitney have Pitney and then Pitney can raise Pitney and then Pitney and now them raise fun or nobody can talk to me Pitney and nobody can this and then I'm kinda ignorant in a way. Me nothing teaching a man gonna talk. Me nothing
No
for
love
my
no did
sake.
nowadays no party where you could have said
No.
why you could have said them kids here and them kids here. Oh guys, only now like up the live now. A couple people pass through, I'm not seeing no likes and only one like out there. So like up the lives them from the like a live from the please. Yeah. But
Listen
me I
here.
say easy.
You know, when you have a primary school, I mean, you get free sex. I know when you
Yeah,
get free
see.
sex, especially after grade six, when you go after you done the exam and you get you have
Common
to take the
entrance.
exam. So
Jesus.
yeah, your class, you're responsible for the first two sessions. You know, so you got in the class and the monitor the class with the teacher. Brother, we used to love that. You see, otherwise
Yeah.
from them time there, growing up in a high school doing the same thing. Remember
Yeah.
when they was school of work, J. Now, but maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And one fight I go on, you know. We decided to be now party fight. Principal come and now see. Can you assist? No go. J, you know, say boy, turn around. I look for me. Someone say if you touch me, kill you now. You see when me rush
Mm.
off a piece of board. And the boy stand up and tell me, say, man, you go. No matter where people, no matter where he'll go and come back. Lift up it. Come now, take him lightly in the jail. You see me? Because listen, this is Jamaica. And if boy tell us them go for them gun,
Bro,
all when a chat, them a chat, then about to stand up and wait for them to go for the car. Then we go for it for truth. And yeah, we get
right.
shot your life. You see me? So, it teaching something for me right now.
All right.
I'm gonna
Me,
find
me
something
want,
to
me
enjoy.
want me want to take a second and me look on Chris
Yeah.
statement. Chris says me feel say the teachers them feel like they need more benefits. Tasha is saying hello to you, Chris. All right. Chris also says if we can make teaching more attractive and beneficial to our teachers, we will have a higher teacher retention. And that is exactly what I have been saying all along. It's not appealing right now to teachers. Teachers don't feel like a part of something. They don't feel like they belong. Them just feel like, oh, me just just get me can get out of them teacher, And when they tired, they will left or they retire. But me milk it and see how much me can get out of them. That's what it there. That's what people feel right now, because a lot of administrations right across the board are insensitive to your emotions. You know, them not care about how you feel. You know, I had a principal look at me and tell me that not tell me talking in a meeting. Oh, in say him a drop down. And I must see dopey them licking down on a neat tree because he always a keep it them go to the door. No, me no know. Somebody answer about that. Because the classroom hot and you carry the kids them out the door. If you sit down underneath the tree, you're still a teacher underneath the tree. But her perception, because her office is right beside my classroom, is that me carry the put them out of the tree because I don't want she here when me a teach putting them. What kind of nonsense that? So me no know. Somebody address that. No, we are talking about before me even say nothing about addressing. We are talking about that being said while me end up all in a hospital upon drip because my pressure gone sky high. See just the whole stress of what me have to deal with. This was right after me end up in the hospital. Upon drip for 7 hours. 7 hours. Me upon drip. 7 hours. Upon drip. So me no know. I could be wrong, but me no know. As a teacher dealing with that kind of condition, them things not motivating at all. That's not encouraging. You know? Not encouraging none at all. Chris, the link dropping us. So if you want to jump up or do it if you want to jump up, you can jump up. Cause obviously wifey busy. But a reality man. Them kind of conditions enough teachers have to deal with. You know? People, administrative positions make you look like nonsense. And if you talk of your rights, then you're launching an attack on them personally. You know, that's the thing there. There's just this sense of bitterness across the board a lot of the times, and that can't be good. Dwayne says, "Man, I could not believe when I could not believe when did we get here, bro? We get here because teachers did lose the rights to actually discipline Pitney a certain way. But not tell us a wolf murder people Pitney and beat them up. No. But when you're in a position where students have more rights than you as a teacher, that start go downhill. The quality of your delivery starts going downhill because you can't even raise your voice certain way if a child is out of line. You have to watch how you speak to them. Um, even when you're innocent nowadays, if a child comes and say, "Oh, sir, the way how you look at me is suggestive," poor you, innocent you, and you probably don't even look on this pitney. But then all they have to do is just raise that alarm, say you look on them suggestive. They're ready for. I'm not saying it happened to me, but I'm saying it's right across the board. Theoretically speaking, sexual grooming of a child, then probably want to slap on you. You understand? It's such a it's such a tricky thing to be a teacher in this day and age. Not easy. And that is the reason why a lot of people will now make the decision to go elsewhere to seek greener opportunity. So guys, we've been on this live now for a little bit. We're gonna run the live until 2:30. And at 2:30 then we're gonna call it an evening. Yeah man. So if my guests don't mind, thank you for coming back. We're running the
Yeah,
live until
sorry, I was
2:30.
busy. I was a little
Yeah,
busy.
man, I know. Yes, it is me. So we're gonna run the live until 2:30, and just get a lot more out there. So we were still on the topic, Tasha, of Kaden, careful. We're still on the topic of the things that affect teachers in the classroom, and I was using myself as reference with my principal looking at me and telling me, telling everybody in a meeting that I said that I dropped down. Me say him say him drop down, and I must have the dopey the man underneath the tree lick him down. You know. Now
Mm-hmm.
I was saying, how do you deal with administration when administration speaks down to you in that kind of manner, to say that, you know, you say, rather than to acknowledge the fact that you actually are going through a situation or a circumstance. Welcome, Dwayne.
What I can say, and I'm gonna say from my personal experience because I have a lot of personal experience with administration and upper level management that is disrespectful and does not think that you as the employee have any say in anything that goes on in the workplace. So from that standpoint, I can say if you have the opportunity to migrate or have the opportunity to find another place of employment, do so, because I don't think that it will get any better. And if you, as the teacher in that perspective, starts to speak out or start to stand up for yourself, because it's not even really speaking out, it's standing up for yourself. And
Yeah.
as a person, you have to learn to stand up for yourself. You have to know what you are worth. And so if you have somebody even at your job or wherever that's disrespecting who you are as a person, and especially bringing in your personal life that you have shared with this person of what you are
Mm,
going through, can bring your personal life to the forefront in settings such as a staff meeting to put your business out there to
mm-hmm.
shame you or embarrass you, then that is not the right environment for you. And then at that point, I would start seeking other employment somewhere. Or if there is an upper head or a higher head or somebody that you can talk to report this person, then you go for it. And I also recommend that any kind of abuse, because that is abuse, any kind of
Yeah.
abuse that you undergo in that kind of environment, record it, have some kind of documentation about it, so that when you choose to go to a higher authority about it, you have your proof and you have your dates and times of when incidents occurred, so that you can have some kind of backbone on what you're trying to say or what you're trying to report or whatever the case is. But I truly
You
believe
want to do that, try to get somebody if you actually do it properly.
if it
Mommy,
comes to that point,
you
you
can
need
get
to
somebody
mute.
to do that.
You need to mute. if it comes to that point, if it comes to that point, that means that you just need to find somewhere else to work. And that's just it. And I feel like teachers in Jamaica is at that point where they are just trying to find somewhere else to work. And that's just it. And that's where we are now, trying to find somewhere else to work that is less
The harsh reality. It's a harsh
harsh.
reality, but it's true. It's true. It's true, Tasha. Couldn't say it better. Because, and what oh Lord, this place is such a place where everybody is friends with everybody. Again, based on personal feelings, if somebody is against you, what they will try to do is corrupt the thought process of everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So because everybody is in the same social club. Oh, that little teacher girl left from up the road named Tasha Palmer, you see. But I mean, I tell you, no manners and this and that. So there's never a positive thing to say about the individual. So when you now try to seek employment elsewhere, you now have to be contending
That
with
ball.
with
Mm-hmm.
the ghost of past employment.
And then the
You
fact
know?
that and the fact that they won't give you a good recommendation based on the fact
Yeah,
that they're in their feelings, that you stand
yeah,
up for yourself. Them in
yeah.
them feelings because you have a backbone to stand up to them and let them know that you are worth more than what they're treating you. And people get offended by that. People get
You
offended
know
by
what?
that all the time.
You know what somebody said to me the other day, and I'm telling you about somebody now from. I'm telling you about somebody now from the inside. The person said to me, personal feelings aside, listen to me, and professional titles aside, listen to me and listen to me well. based on the things that have been said against your name, if you should ever try to seek another job inside the ministry, you would get it. But this is what I want you to do. Don't put your previous employment on there so that nobody know if you call them to ask any questions about you. Don't put that previous employment. That was a bad stage in your life. And when I look at it, tears come to my eyes because I was looking at it and I was saying, 2 years of my life and I can't even add it to my resume because people believe that this individual is so vindictive enough that that person would try to
Yep.
actually
Boy.
stop me from getting something else.
Yep.
And that's a
I believe it.
sad thing. 10 minutes to go.
That's
ten
a
minutes to
sad
go.
human. Hi, Dwayne. How are you?
Well,
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Amen.
big up yourself, Dwayne. Why? For
Yes.
a lot of persons who don't know, so I'll give you flowers, Dwayne. Guys, Dwayne is one of my avid supporters. Even when I don't see him, Dwayne is here. You understand? Dwayne might not comment on the live or Dwayne might not comment on the video all the time, but Dwayne will drop me a message in my WhatsApp and say, "Hey Jay, boy, what a good live," or such and such and such. Dwayne is always there to encourage me. So me I give you flowers, boss. Salute.
Respect, brother.
Salute. Yeah man,
Blessings every
salute.
time. Doing a
Always
good job.
checking in. Thank you,
Um,
Dwayne.
I think the teacher situation, you guys they stretch the teachers too much. It bring pain and frustration. I think when I would marry to a teacher, honest to God. I'm gonna tell it straight out here. I would marry to a
You know
teacher.
a couple of them when I'm married in a Dwayne, so Canada here they come in, brother. Oh, sorry, we shouldn't talk about your okay. Yeah, man. Me know enough of them would have want to come to Canada.
Bro, the teaching atmosphere is so toxic that when you if you're married to a teacher when she comes home, brother, trust me. All that when she go unload, brother. You can't even wrap your mind around it because these children are so unruly, and then there's the power. Listen, I not only teachers know me see this thing is driving to even take away the power from the parents, that the parents cannot correct their children when they are wrong. But the Bible tell you, if God say you for do this, how man I go come and dictate say you for do this? You're going to have problem. You're going to have chaos, violence. Listen, man, the whole world are going to turn upside down. I was saying to my son, why do you think God gave you parents? If you could have taken care of yourself, you would need parental guidance. That is why you have parents, then you have teachers. Teachers are there to educate you, to point you in the right direction. The moment you enter the school and you start carry yourself a certain way, no, back in my days that couldn't happen. That never accepted any at all. They must send you home. Go home and get either you get your hair cut or you get your hair comb or you fix your pants too tight, too short, whatever. You're coming to school. You're coming to school. There must be a order. Listen, brother. Rule their hell and rule their heaven and rule must their earth. There's no escape. So if a man feels saying one die, me tell him say the easiest thing is to do is to die. But where are you going? Besides, there's heaven and hell is real, and wherever you go, rule is going to be exist there, and you're going to have to abide by those rules and law governs every country.
True.
There's no going around it.
Yeah. So you know. So as a teacher here in Jamaica, we we it's rough, but yes, you have to make up your mind that when you make the transition to go to another place, yes, rules are going to be there, and you have to follow rules. But you know what I love doing is that there is more room for individuality when you are in these places. People give you the opportunity to excel. You understand?
Yes.
But when
Yes.
you're there years so now, everybody a fight for one thing, the principal position or the vice principal position. So you will have Tom and Jane now a gossip against your name to the principal. And I tell the principal this and I tell the principal that just so that they can get brownie points ahead of you. And then at the end of the day, everybody is friends and mushy with the principal and administration. And if you dare to stand out and try to be different, then crucify you worse than Jesus on the cross. You
In a any
understand?
in a any employment you find that. You know, it is a very sad situation if you say I stand up for the rights. There's someone who is going to start bringing tail beer against you. And before they say, listen, we got two sides of the story and the truth, let's work it out. No, they grab it and run with it. And sometimes them scar you for life, damage your
True.
character, as what you were
And
saying,
that is why
damage your character.
and that is the reason why a lot of teachers are leaving. That's why them are left Jamaica because too much back and forth and gossip and pitney type of behavior there in the classroom. I don't know if you see what me I say. So they don't have no room for grow. It's a
Bro,
constant war. So it's easy for them to stick up themselves doing and go
leave,
overseas when nobody no
leave.
know nobody no know your name or nothing, and you hit the reset button and you start over. You think say because them teachers here want to go away? They just want to restart. Them just want to start over and do something different.
Yeah, cause
That's it.
nobody never tell a man in here unless you say hi. Nobody no business with you. You gone about
Come
your
on
business.
now.
You understand? Yeah. But
So
this mentality of we tearing down each other, brother, I need to stop. You know?
yeah,
At the same
and
thing
it
kill
happened
Marcus
this way.
Garvey, and Marcus Garvey were trying to unite black people. And it led him to his early grave.
Now what you joke about that? What you joke about that? Check the levels. Check the levels doing of how many teachers I have left Jamaica since August. I was touching it. I was merely touching it earlier. Over 1,200 teachers have left
My
Jamaica
goodness.
already, based on what the news article said. And at the time of me reading what the article said, somebody from the inside already had told me that that number by now has doubled. The way
My
me know
goodness.
person, me know friends personally who have left on the program 2 weeks ago, and last week Sunday, one of my friend board the plane and gone. Today was her orientation, was her final day of orientation. So come next week she has start teach. I wonder if you get what me I try to say, bro. Our life changing in space of 2 weeks.
You
Different
can imagine
lifestyle.
that.
She not look back, we go back in a classroom with Ministry of Education. She gone. And you know what the
Gone.
people then tell her say? The people then tell her say in 3 months' time she can come down back to Jamaica for her son them. She have two boys. And the people then tell her say in 3 months' time she can come for her sons.
Man, I can tell you, say, not even animal. If you have an animal at your house and you treat him right, he will never leave.
Never.
Never leave.
And
So,
that is why people are leaving.
of
Now
course,
get good food.
anyway, the treatment is better. Of course, I'm gonna leave for a better place. The
You know funny
treatment, all
thing?
right, I leave your place, brother. I leave it.
A country me come from the way, and I can tell you this. Enough time me see neighbor of them dog. Neighbor of them dog doing. And then don't
Mm.
feed the dog. And then always a buff the dog and a throw a stone off of the dog. And you live next door. And every time the dog hungry and come at your back door or your door, and you throw food out, they go give him. You think that dog will get up and go over the yard? He must stare
It's
right at
not
your door. At your yard you live now.
Mhm. Of course, you live on my yard and you dare not come there in a theme
He
territory
back
that
after
he
you.
defend you to the max. He
Mm-hmm.
defends you to the max. So that for sure you say everybody deserve good treatment.
Right.
You know, them a deal with the teachers, them like so them and a human being. Look here, even minimum wage in a Jamaica. Me I will say the government need to come down and go live on it for 1 2 weeks for minimum wage.
I
The
see.
very minimum wage with them said, live on it for 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks I give you upon it. Because I know you're not last a week on it.
All right. Doing that one next topic where we're gonna touch one next time. But we're at the 2 hour mark and normally we don't go over 2 hours. So I'm gonna give you the opportunity to give your final words and we can call it an evening because Tasha would have given her final words too, but she has gone. So, what are your final thoughts doing? What you have to say to the people?
Well, I would say treatment not right, move to greener pastures. Missy say know quite a few teachers that and I'm seeing the frustration on them. Um
Mm,
Literally the last wait they literally like pulling out their hair, bro. Move to greener pastures. It's a stressing job. And the Ministry of Education is not make it any easier for you. You know, they're
yeah,
not meeting your terms and your condition. They're more
yeah,
taking away from you than what they are giving to you.
right,
You understand? So that's
right.
my saying. Everybody deserve equality and
Yeah,
justice.
you're right.
Yes,
So,
Jay. So bless up yourself and bless up to the
what's up
audience.
to doing?
One love every
All right,
time.
so thank you for everybody who passed through for the past few hours. Yeah, man, it was a wonderful live stream. Thank you once again for your support. Thank you once again for everything that you guys do. Also, as I'm gonna be leaving now, guys, remember I have been nominated for 2 international awards. So my music, 2 international awards, guys. Please, please, please vote, 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 vote. I'm gonna drop the link in the comment section as well. I don't know if Tasha minds. She could actually go ahead and just drop that in the comment section on the outside, so persons can actually go ahead and just vote so that Jay can actually go through the next round and get to the final round where I will be able to obtain the awards for either or both categories: International Artist of the Year and Jamaican Reggae Artist of the Year. Those are two nominations that I've received from One Way Radio. That's a radio station from the United States. So those are two major things for me, guys. And always grateful for the support. Tara, I've not seen you in ages. Hi, Tara. I have to just cut my ending and just big you up, Tara. I've not seen you in a long time. Tara, I wasn't on social media for a while too, so but big up my sister. Real big sister this. You make me feel like I'm gonna go a next hour, but we can't do it because I have things to do. But guys, there's the link. There's the link. You guys can just click the link and look for Dwight Jones. Yeah man, Dwight Jones is the name that you should look for. Yeah, Dwight Jones. So once you find it, guys, just look for my name, Dwight, and you will be able to vote for me. As I said, there are two categories: International Artist of the Year, and the other category is Jamaican Reggae Artist of the Year. Right? So you click the name and scroll down to the bottom. and you see the word submit, you just submit and your vote would have been counted. Also, another huge plus is the fact that it is unlimited voting, so you can vote a million times for the day if you choose to do so. Yeah, Tara, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay, my sister. It's a blessing. I'm doing okay. Yeah, man. God bless you, Tara, and God bless everybody. Thanks again, Tasha. So, guys, copy the link if you can. If you can, just copy the link and just go ahead and click and just go through. Vote, 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 guys. Help me to get to that next round. All right. I'd really, really, really appreciate it. All right. So, as we always say on the channel, Jay says, and we are out of here.